Welcome everybody to the Daily Mastermind. I am Paul Baxter. We are at the first class of August. Hope everybody is having a fantastic day. We were just having a little conversation about some of the time change. I'm excited to have our good friend Lisa on the call with us. I really want to hear from her on how her first day at her new job is going. And Lisa, trust me on this, you've got the full support and you've got the ear of a lot of people on this class as they're part of that Old Lions group too, and so we certainly appreciate you and we care about you and we definitely want to know how that's going. Guys, girls, today is typically what we're going to be doing on Mondays is kind of have that open discussion, that opportunity for you to ask any question that's out there, anything that you're working on, no matter what it is. Let's talk about it. I noticed, just to pull some topics out of a hat here just to kind of get the whole thing going. Again, if you have a question, please feel free. Go ahead and post that into the question box. This is your forum. This is your opportunity for any questions that you need answered. Even if I'm talking about something else and your question doesn't relate, go ahead and post it. Mondays are the days to go ahead and do that. We're going to call this Open Discussion Day. And it's our opportunity to kind of converse with one another and discuss things and mastermind about a specific thing. Hey, Paul, you showed me this script, and can you reiterate that, or can we go back into it? Hey, Paul, you were talking about Weebly last week. Can you show me this? I was doing some Weebly stuff, and I got caught up on the technical side. Hey, Paul, I'm looking to get started on video marketing, and I need an easy place to do some basic editing on my videos. Any of that kind of stuff, anything you guys want to talk about is fair game on Mondays. That's what we're here for. For those of you who don't know, we've got one of our masterminds in our group. His name is Jeff Kirkpatrick. He has been doing some really great things recently with a new way that he is approaching real estate agents, and it's kind of a culmination of some of the things that we've been talking about here, as well as some of the things that he's learned in terms of video marketing. And what he's done is, guys, girls, he's actually set up a funnel for targeting referral partners. I know we discussed funnels and we discussed ways to set up multi-step campaigns where you're talking about, you bring somebody in and then you send them that second correspondence and then you get that third correspondence in front of them. What Jeff has done is he's taken that idea, the idea of having a multi-step way to communicate and kind of trickle down and lead somebody or funnel them from the point of, introduction all the way through the point of, for consumer direct, as we were talking about it specifically, it's for sales. But what Jeff has done is he's converted it into a way to generate referral partners or opportunities with referral partners. And so to just kind of break that down, now I don't have it up on my screen. Jeff, if you want to share a link with me, I'll be more than happy to share that. And I don't know how that would work with what you're doing with TalkFusion. So what Jeff has done, just to kind of explain to everybody, is he has set up, as you know, when we were talking about targeting last week, we talked about some of the ways that you can target your referral partners. And what Jeff does is he actually maintains a real estate broker's license so that he can be a member of the local real estate board. That therefore gives him an opportunity to purchase access to the multi-listing service in his area. It's a very smart thing to do, and I'm wondering, Jeff, if you could share with us what does that cost you per year to be part of that local association, and then on top of it to gain access to the MLS. What are you spending per year on that? Just a curiosity. And then the other question is, and I know that all states are a little bit different. So Jeff says $355 is what it cost him for the year. But I'm going to tell you guys, the information he gets is invaluable. But what he's done above and beyond just accessing the information is he has the ability in that MLS to go in and establish what I call them rules, and I don't know what else you would call it, but he's established specific criteria or rules within the MLS that with his account he's gone in and stated that he's chosen, I think he told me it's the top 90, the 90 top realtors in his area, that if they do any activity on the MLS, such as add a new listing or change the price of a current listing, something like that, what it does is it triggers an email that gets sent. It's a notification, basically. He's set up a rule to be notified when any of the people that are his target, that top target that he's focused out and laser pointed, you know, he's kind of extracted this group based on what their numbers are. Again, he's not looking at people that are below that average. He's looking for producers. If he's going to take his time to do it, he's looking for producers, and he's got 90 that he's focused on. And he's established a notification rule that if any of those 90 trigger this notifications, and the two triggers he's established are adding a new listing or changing a price on a listing, he gets an email notification. Well, what that enables him to do is to very quickly go into his agent marketing system. If you don't have agent marketing and want more information on it, please feel free to let me know. Let me put my email address up here so you guys have access to that. Bear with me 1 minute here. So if any of you don't yet have the agent marketing system and need to know more about it, how to access it, what all it does, I haven't forgotten about agent marketing system. I will be more than glad to help you out. And that email address, if you do need more information on the agent marketing system, is paulb@mortgagemastermindgroup.com. That's paulb@mortgagemastermindgroup.com. And so what he does is he takes his agent marketing system, he takes that new listing, let's say it's a new listing for the sake of our conversation we're having right now. He gets that new listing, that notification that Johnny Agent has uploaded a new listing into the MLS. So the first thing he does is he goes over to agent marketing and real quick just takes the address, takes maybe one or two of the photos from the MLS, and he makes a single property website for it. Now, if you know the agent marketing system, you know that just by creating that single property website, it's already created a flyer and a brochure. It's already created a photo gallery, a virtual tour if you've included a couple of photos of it. You can set it up for branding with that agent. If you snag a little headshot, you don't even need to do that really because most of the logos are built in for the company. So it's all branded to that person. It's got a what's nearby. All that stuff is automatically generated for it. So just within 5 minutes, Jeff now has this really great website that he can approach that agent with, hey, check out what I've done. So what Jeff does is he goes above and beyond that. He has created, and taking a page from the Alan Gross playbook, he's created within Animoto. Let me put this up there because there may be some on the call that are not familiar with Animoto. That's Animoto.com, Animoto.com. What Animoto is, just to give you a brief description on it, and I'm not going to show you the whole deal right here with Animoto. I'm not going to, unless that's what your question is. Again, today's open discussion day. If your question is, how do I use Animoto, let me know. We'll jump into it. What Animoto does for you, though, is it allows you for free or for a very low price, and I believe the pricing on this, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the business use version is $40 a month. The personal use version is $5 a month. Most use the personal use version because all you're doing is creating short little videos, and they're perfectly fine. What he does is he creates these little 30-second videos it's templated, so it's got some call to action stuff. Hey, check out this great new way. Congratulations on your new listing at 123 Easy Street. Check out what we've done. I believe in paying it forward. Check out what we've done for you. And it's got some pictures of the website, some pictures of the house for sale, scrolling through it. You basically are using images and infographics with words on it coming through. And it's very easy for him to take that template and just take out one or two of the slides that are of the specific property for that agent, and boom, put in the brand new ones for it. So he's got a couple of steps right off the bat. He's got his targets. He's notified when they're doing activity. When something new happens in their business, he's notified of it. And then he's taking action and setting up that first step, which is that single property website and Animoto video. And then he takes that Animoto video and places it into Talk Fusion. What Talk Fusion is it is a place for you to be able to send a bunch of email. It's a place for you to upload a list, and you can send an email, a templated email, to a list in one big send. It has the ability to allow you to upload a video. It's not sending a video in the actual email. There is no service out there that allows you to do it. But it's very similar to BombBomb in that it allows you to very quickly create a template that's a page that has your video in it, and then you're sending that template out as the email, and it mimics it. It looks exactly the same. You don't have to cut and clip and hyperlink a photograph. It just does it for you with Talk Fusion, and it gives him specific reporting. He knows when, who, and when an email was opened. So now he's got that built-in ability and reason for immediate follow-up. Hey, I noticed you checked out, I noticed you checked out the video that I sent you on your new listing at 123 Easy Street. Listen, Agent John, I would love to treat you to a cup of coffee, spend 15 minutes, and tell you a little bit about the marketing system I have that can help you grow your business. Very short, very simple. Jeff is saying, actually, I was wrong. I thought for sure you were using Animoto for that, Jeff. Just knowing what you know, I thought for sure you'd be using Animoto. He says, not using Animoto. That's a full HD green screen. I drop in new pics where previous are located. So, guys, I'm going to tell you the easy way to do it would be Animoto. Now, Jeff is doing it with the HD green screen. Because he understands the software, he's been working with editing and utilizing video and the green screen editing software for, golly, I want to say about a year now, haven't you? You've been using green screening for about a year now, right? Yeah, about a little over. So he's been doing it a year now. Guys, you're not going to jump right in and start doing that right off the bat. If you're looking to do something similar, use Animoto. It's very simple, and you don't have to know the ins and outs of green screen editing. Jeff understands them, so it takes him all of 2 minutes to do at this point. If he'd have started doing that when he first started learning green screening, guys, you're talking an hour to get that to fit in the right way. So if you're going to do something like this, I'm going to recommend to you Animoto. And I thought for sure, Jeff, that's what you were using, to be honest with you, just because of the ease of use with it. So once he's got this, he incorporates it into a web page that he's created on Weebly and embeds it there so that it's just nice and easy. It's pretty. It's all located in his. He dictates what's visible on the screen, and he basically, once they get that first one, then he backs it up with another email. And I believe, how many are in your series of emails that you're sending? Once you get that notification that there is a new listing, how many emails are in your funnel here? No, hold on, guys. He's answering now. And I notice you're on your phone. Okay. So 30 emails are in your funnel. How frequently, maybe I misunderstood. When you're communicating, how many emails are you sending to that same person? Like when you send out the very first email notification with your Talk Fusion, what are you backing that up with other than you've got the phone call? What's your next step after the phone call? A face-to-face meeting. Perfect. And after the face-to-face, there's got to be a follow-up step there. That's the next thing to look at, is what's the follow-up step after that face-to-face opportunity. And that's really, guys, I don't know, some of you have heard me say this, some of you have not heard me say this, the whole goal of any marketing that you do, any video that you put together, any Facebook ad that you run, any marketing that you do, invites to a presentation that you're doing, any of the marketing that you do, the whole goal is to give you a face-to-face opportunity. The entire goal is to give you an opportunity to get face-to-face, because I firmly believe that an email is okay, a phone call is better, but there is nothing in business that beats a face-to-face meeting. There is something that happens when you meet someone face-to-face. There's an opportunity there. You get an opportunity to feel their, to feel the emotion. We're people persons. We cannot develop relationships without getting face-to-face. And if you're trying to develop relationships over the phone, you will be one to attest to this comment. It is very difficult. It's beyond difficult. It's downright hard to do. I promise you, if you take what you've been doing, if you're trying to develop relationships over the phone, take what you've been doing, and instead of continuing to discuss and have a conversation over the phone, pause, catch yourself while you're trying to do that over the phone, stop, and just invite them to a face-to-face. You'll get more opportunities for face-to-faces, but during those face-to-faces is when you're really going to get the opportunity to develop a relationship. I can't say it enough. Everything that we do in our marketing, every call, every email, every handwritten letter, every greeting card that we send them, it's to give us an opportunity for them to know, trust, and like us, so that they'll give us a chance to get face-to-face with them. Because face-to-face is where you're going to get that meeting opportunity. And Jeff said additional calls and additional cool info, just always providing something cool. I love what you're doing, Jeff. It's really a good way to do en masse what you're doing. It's a system that we've called for years results in advance, and that's really what you're doing. Is you're showing them in advance what you've created. Here we go. Let's go check this out real quick. So this is what the new listing videos is going to look like. I'm closing a couple of things. I'm having some trouble, so bear with me. Hold on. I'll talk through this while it loads through the first time. It's just not loading correctly for me. Jeff, quick question. Are you hosting this directly on Weebly? Because I'm noticing it doesn't have any Vimeo or YouTube links. So you're hosting it directly into Weebly. So for those that didn't know, what Weebly offers you on the Pro version, which is, I think it's like $100 for the year, you have the ability to upload any amount of files as long as it's not bigger than 1 gig. So videos, you can actually host them on your own site without the distractions of YouTube or the distractions of Vimeo and share this, that kind of stuff. You own it. It's on your own. Hold on, bear with me while this loads up. It's just taking a little longer because I've got all of the tabs you see here, plus I've got a few tabs opened on Firefox as well. I've got a couple of things running at the same time here, guys. So what he's doing, if you notice the background, guys, that's all he is changing. That is the only thing he's changing, is their website stuff in the background. The video itself of him talking is the exact same. And his call to action, let's meet sometime and talk about it. That's fantastic stuff, Jeff. That's really great stuff. And what he's done is it's just a very basic intro. Hold on, let me see if I can get the sound to come through for you. Could you guys hear that okay? I can't tell. I take the headphones off and put the mic up to it. Yeah, Jeff's saying no, the audio didn't come. No, nobody, everybody's saying it did not. What I can do is, Jeff, is it okay if I share this link on the private group on Facebook just for our members to be able to go and check it out? And by the way, on the side note, is there anybody on the call? If you're on the call, that means you're a member. If you're a member, you have access to our private group on Facebook. If Facebook will catch up to me. You have access to our private group on Facebook. This is where we can exchange ideas, we can talk, we can just have conversations. Jeff, is it okay if I share that on that private group? And if you're not a member of the private group and you're on this call, raise your hand or say something, and let me add you as a private, as a member on our private group. I know Terry is maybe not. Joy, you may need to be added. Bill Rogers, Alan, I think you guys may need to be added. Just let me know if you're not on the private group. Okay, Bill. Yep, absolutely, my friend. Adding you now. There you are, buddy. You are added to the group, my friend. Let me fix that right now. Terry, I may need to add you as a friend first. I think it only lets me add folks that are friends. Is that you right there? Yep, that's got to be you. You're leader one. All right, so I'm adding you as a friend first. Once you accept my friend request, then I can add you as a person. Absolutely, Joy. Joy, I know I can add you right away, so let me do that real quick. It's important you guys become members or be a member of this, because we exchange some good stuff on here. This is also where you're going to get your class announcement each time when we do a new class. Perfect. Thank you, Terry. Added. All right, is there anybody else that I have missed? Let me just look through. I got Terry, I got Joy, I got Alan, I got Bill. Steve, you're on there already, aren't you, my friend? I've already got you in here. Huh? I don't have Steve Gilbert on there. What is going on in this crazy world? Added, my friend. You are there. All good now. All right, I see. Absolutely. No, thank you, man. I appreciate you being around. I don't mention their names in the video, but they think I'm speaking directly to them, especially when they see their pictures in the website picture on the background. It absolutely, that's the cool thing about video, is that background that can really make a huge difference. They will have access to all of my recorded Agent Mastermind stuff, including registration for the class, even though they are not members. I'm okay with it, but you know what? If they sign up for you, you've captured their contact information. I always believe I would rather give away everything, and if a few people take advantage of my free gift, that's okay. Because I know if I give enough people something that's going to help them get what they want, I'm automatically going to get what I want. That's a rule that Zig Ziglar taught me, and I have never forgotten and never will forget that rule. And it's one of my favorites. Help enough people to get what they want, and they will get what you want, or you will get what you want. And Jeff is saying it is okay to go ahead and post that. So if you guys want to hear, I know the audio didn't come out very well, but I'm pasting his link he gave me to that class over here on the Mortgage Mastermind Group private group. Please go ahead and head over there. Check that out for yourselves. Make sure you watch it. It's got some really good stuff in the video. The script you used, Jeff, did you come up with that? Are you using a script? Are you bullet pointing? How are you doing that in the actual video? I noticed a couple of edits, but that's only because I've got my nose in this stuff on a daily basis. It looks purposeful to me. It doesn't look as if you're cutting your script up. What else are we working on this week, guys? I wanted to brag on Jeff a little bit, because what Jeff did is he's taken what we've been talking about over the last 3 weeks and kind of incorporated several of them together. He's taken that funnel mindset and turned that into how he's targeting the referral partners or real estate agent partners. I love the idea of it. It's a great idea. It definitely brands him as somebody different, and by going above and beyond, going that extra mile, so to speak, by making the single property website and quickly editing into his video, guys, that shows he's willing to do the extra things. And whether they watch that video or not, it gives Jeff a specific reason to pick up the phone and call those agents. Hey, I was following up on your new listing at 123 Easy Street. Did you see your property on the internet? What do you mean? Oh, I sent you an email with a single property website I had created. Comes complete with text for information, virtual tour, property information, what's nearby, all that good stuff. And I had sent it over to you. Did you not get a chance to look? Well, go check it out for yourself. It's 123easystreet.canbeyours.com. I mean, simple. It's a reason for calling, and now we're having a different conversation other than just, like every other loan officer calling them up. Hey, I'd love to work with you. Can I get together and treat you to lunch and talk about how I can get you to the closing table faster? Everybody's saying that. Jeff's giving himself a specific reason to follow up, and that's really what it's all about. That's the whole purpose behind what he's done. Next up, Facebook ads to all the realtors in my 90 that have a Facebook page, maybe even more, and working on my VA site and videos. That's absolutely got to get that consumer direct side of things going, Jeff, because that consumer direct side of things is going to be, you've got some good things working towards getting real estate agents to recognize you. Let's start bringing some referrals to them and get them to really, oh, now he builds me websites, and now the guy's bringing me a pre-approved buyer. Holy cow. This is the guy I want to be after, especially with your service history. Let's leverage that. Let's use it to our advantage, my friend. You're the perfect guy to be the veterans advocate in your area. The perfect guy for it. So love what you're doing there. Peggy, how are you doing over on? I know you've been working on getting your pipe drive up and ready to go. Is there anybody else on the call with us right this second? I know there's a couple people that have done, but is there anybody on the call with us right now that also uses pipe drive? That's pipe drive. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? I'm going to take that as a no. Okay. And Peggy is basically, she's getting that set up and ready to go so that when she starts her consumer direct approach, it's much easier to move those people from prospect into client. It looks like Bill is working on it also. So you may be in the same stage that Peggy is, Bill. I know that she's just in the beginning of that. I'm going to see. I've got a feeler out right now to somebody that I know is kind of an expert on pipe drive, and I've got a feeler out to her to find out if she's willing to come in and do a little bit of a training on pipe drive for us. I don't know enough about it to talk about the goods, the bads, the indifference. I don't know enough about it, and I need to learn more about it because from what I understand, it's a really great way to not only track all of your referral partners, but as you start to do consumer direct ads as well, it's going to track those people through for you, and no one slips out the door or gets under the door, and no cracks, so to speak. All right. I don't have any questions in the question box, so if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to ask each of you a question. Looking at who's on the call, every person on this call is a loan officer. So my question to you guys is this. How many of you this month sent something in the mail to your past client database? I'm not talking about an email. I'm not talking about a newsletter. I'm talking about taking the time to send a greeting card to your past clients. I know, Alan, I knew you'd be the first one to do it. Alan says yes. 4 to 5 is all you did for the whole month. Now, we're only in the month of August now. Are you talking about this month so far, Steve, or for the whole month of July? For July. Okay. Jeff is saying that the lottery strategy is in his calendar for this week, so he's going to be sending out those $1. Are you sending out scratch-offs, or are you sending out the $1 quick picks? None for July for my friend Bill. Scratch-offs, that's a good idea. Guys, I got to tell you, guys and girls, I have to tell you, it is absolutely imperative. The fastest way for you to get one loan right now, if everybody on this call said to me, Paul, I'm going to be out of business if I don't have a loan in my pipe before Friday this week. I'm going to get fired from my job. I'm going to lose my house. Paul, I need one loan in process by Friday this week, or I am out of business. What I would tell you is to go get your list of past clients, and you need to send a direct mail piece to them. It could be different. It could be as little consequence as the Joe Girardi I like you mail, but you have to mail them something right now this week so that it generates a call by Friday. You need to get that in the mail today. I don't like putting stamp on it. I've heard other coaches in the industry talk about, well, you have to do 5 per day. You got to do 10 per week. You got to go 20. Listen, that number is entirely up to you. How many extra loans do you want this month? Realistically, if you have 365 people in your database and you did one a day, well, you're only sending one communication per year to the people on your database. I recommend that you do it at minimum 3 or 4 times a year, and that's at minimum. Doing it 3 or 4 times a year kind of sells yourself short, because then you can't just take a August 4th and send out an I like you. If you're doing it 4 times a year, you're typically going to be sending them a happy holidays, a happy spring, a happy 4th of July, and maybe a happy birthday if you've got their birthday. I say you go through, how many can you get done in a day? That's the real number. If you set aside 2 hours or an hour of your day and you just wrote I like you and signed the bottom as many times as you possibly could, how many could you get done? How many? 15? 20? If you're addressing the envelope. So if you did 20 a day, took an hour out of each one of your days to make sure that you're following up with your past client database. Let's say you could get 20 done in an hour. At the end of the week, you got 100 people that you've sent a message to from your past client database. These are people that already know, trust, and like you. You've already done the hard work and gotten them to decide that you're the best fit for them financially, emotionally and financially, to want to do a home loan for. They already like you. Why would you not communicate with them? Why wouldn't you tap into those? Are people that you've already done the hard work for. Tap into them, because I'll tell you, that is the fastest route to a close that you've got access to. I'm going to tell you right now, you start a consumer direct approach, even following the 3 steps that I've kind of laid out there for you, and you do everything the right way efficiently, you're talking 30, 60 days before you start seeing fruit on that tree. Because you have to go through the process of introducing, then growing a little bit through consistency, gaining a little credibility, then through credibility, gaining a little bit of trust. Then trust, now you can start working on closing the deal. Well, with your past client database, you've already got the trust. You just have to start asking for the business, or keeping them in front of you and saying, hey, don't keep me a secret. I'd love to be able to help your friends, family, and coworkers in the same way that I was able to help you. Absolutely. I love it. Steve says, I just pulled out 10 thank you cards for the day. Absolutely, Steve. That's what I'm here for, man, those little reminders. Because it's easy to forget that kind of thing. It's so easy. We're so focused on the next deal, getting that new client, getting that next deal, getting that new referral partner, that we forget about those that brought us to the dance. We forget to appreciate those that, our past clients. And those are the ones that already know, trust, and like us. Those are our best referral partners that we've got. We have to stay in communication with them. And I think, if you can get something to them once a month in the direct mail versus in the email, you are going to be doing some amazing things. Because reality is direct mail is different now, whereas email is the norm. Used to be opposite, but not so much anymore. You don't get greeting cards. I mean, how many of us, we still get some direct mail in the mailbox, but it's usually those glossy, folded, and taped in the middle. We know what those are. Comes from the cable company, comes from the insurance people. Geico sends me something in the mail on a very frequent basis. But if I get a greeting card, I open that greeting card every single time. And you know what? I've gotten some that came from send-out cards from my good friend Alan. They're freaking awesome greeting card. And you know what? I opened it because it was personalized. It was a greeting card to me. It's much different than a direct mail or an email piece. August, send 2 8.5 by 11 birthday cards. Congrats, new job card, and 1 birthday card. So already for August, my man's got four direct mail pieces out to that list of people that are going to refer him. That's awesome. I'm in the MMG Facebook group. It doesn't show up on my left column list. I have to search for the group every time. The more active you get with it, Jeff, the more active you get with it, the higher up it's going to show in your list of groups. When you click more, I believe there is a way to move that, though. if I come in here, there's all my groups. So if I want to move this testing, no, that's not it. If I want to, no, I thought there was a way to drag those up and to move those. Maybe there is not. Okay, so add to my favorites. So if I click add to favorites, there's my favorites right up here. So I can add it to favorites, but I can't move it around in the order it shows up in the group here. So I can add to favorites again, and it shows up in my favorites, but I can't move it. Does that make sense, Jeff? So just add it to your favorites and it should go up there. Love the comment, guys. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Yeah, play with it a little bit. You should be able to just hover over the group name, click on the settings tab, and then tell it you want it into favorites or don't want it in favorites. But again, the way to get it to move up in the list that you see, the more frequently that you engage with it, the higher up in the list it's going to be. Okay? Okay. It's okay? It's okay. So we talked about greeting cards. We talked about staying in communication with your past client database. What else is on the agenda for right now, guys? That's a couple of things that I just wanted to make sure that you are paying attention to, that are fast, get you a loan fast kind of ideas. That, making sure that you're staying in touch with that past client database. That is one of those things that I'll tell you, when you sit down and you talk to a real estate agent, if you ever want to know how you're going to be, well, God, you keep saying we need to help them grow their business. There are two things that if you do one or the other or both, you are guaranteed, and I don't use that word very frequently, but I'm going to tell you, you are guaranteed to help them. They will get an impact out of helping them with these things, either one or both, and you will be part of their business if you can help them with it. The first and number one is hands down database, farming their database or database management. Almost every agent, including the top producer agents, don't have any plan in place for marketing to their past customers. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They don't have any plan in place for marketing to their past customers. And if you can teach them a simple, easy way for them to stay in touch with their past clients, the biggest thing is they all know they're supposed to, but and I tell you this from experience, talking to a whole lot of agents and putting it out there and getting the replies back that I did. Most of your agents don't do so because they don't know what to say. Well, I know I should be communicating, but what do I send them? Do I send them a market update? Do I keep telling them about what's happening? No, you don't do either of those things. You send them a card that says, I like you. You send them something that says, hey, just wanted to think of you coming into fall here, wanted to make sure you are all set for the winter. Nothing like going into the winter knowing that your pipes won't freeze this year. Little things. You don't have to tell them about the market, but it can be anything. It can be anything. That's the number one thing, is how to market to their database. The number two thing is if you can give them and provide for them a really cool, easy way for them to win new listings from expired or for sale by owner listings, you will improve their business. If you can show them a FSBO strategy that's easy for them to do, Because most of them will tell you, and I've same thing, heard the same replies over and over and over again. Yeah, I know I should be targeting for sale by owners, but I just don't know what to say. I don't know how to approach them. I don't know what to say when I approach them. That's the number one thing. So give them an easy way to approach for sale by owners that they can do, very easy. Even sit with them and help them create a script, or what to say when they approach them in a letter, in a voicemail, however they're going to approach them. Load their lips for when they knock on the door, but give them a good for sale by owner strategy that they can actually go out and implement, and you will change their business, hands down, especially in the state of the market as it stands right now here today. Help them with a for sale by owner strategy that's easy for them to do, and provide for them the part that they don't like or don't understand, which is, what do I say? And you will have created a partner for yourself. So those two things, database management, how to market to their past clients, and Alan is a genius at that. If you missed out on last Friday's class, he went really deep on the appreciation marketing that he does, and what that's all about is how to communicate in a different way, utilizing greeting cards as opposed to email. That's what that's about, is showing appreciation via greeting cards, so it stands out a little bit. Guys, take Alan's presentation. He's providing it to us as a member. We're going to have it up there on the member site. Take his presentation, learn it, tweak it, make it your own. And if you can teach your agents how to do just that, boy, oh boy, they're going to be tapping into their past client database. You're the hero that brought it to them, that's generating those cards. Guess what that means? That's your opportunity to, hey, I'd love an opportunity to partner with you. Here's my commitment to you. I'm looking for a commitment from you as well. Yep, you can also, Jeff, what Alan is saying is you can also set the notifications on the groups you can set the notifications for all posts, and then that way it sends you an email, so you don't even have to worry about coming and checking it on the page. You'll just get an email when an update is made. You click the button from the email, takes you right to it. So you can do it either way. And thank you, Alan. I appreciate that, my friend. And then for sale by owners, guys, there are 1,000 different strategies out there. I'm a firm believer in the result in advance. Try to do things up front. Show that you're willing to go the extra mile before you meet with them. Because I could sit here and tell you till I'm blue in the face that I'm willing to go the extra mile, but they've heard that from 7 other guys before me. And until I prove to them I'm willing to go the extra mile, it's nothing but lip service. That's all that is. I could tell you I can fly, but until you see me fly, are you going to believe it? No. Because you just know. Well, that dudes like that can't fly. So until I show you that I can get off the ground and I can fly, you don't believe it. Same thing with what we're talking about here. If I tell you I can help you grow your business, well, until you show me how, I don't believe it. So that results in advance. It goes with the consumers as well. Teach them a way to get in there, have materials pre-made, have things already done. Hey, Mr. Seller, I would love to help you get your property exposed and help sell it for top dollar. Are you cooperating with agents? I'm just looking to help you expose your listing. This is my farm area, and I care deeply about how homes are sold in the area, and it only benefits me if you sell your home for top dollar, because that keeps our market in the right dollar frame. Would it be okay if I helped you? Oh, did you need help listing the property as well? You do? Fantastic. I'm your guy. So a good for sale by owner strategy can really, really help your agents to farm an area. And you know what, right now, agents are begging. They'll tell you, every one of them, oh, man, I just need to get more listings. Great. Do you have a good for sale by owner strategy? Oh, no, I really don't. How come? I don't know. They just don't know that that's important, or how to get started with it, or they think that a for sale by owner strategy is what everybody else is doing, which is sending a letter in the mail and hoping the for sale by owner calls them from their letter in the mail. That's fine. How many of it? Does anybody on this call know who Chris Curry is? Does anybody on the call know Chris Curry? Last name is C-U-R-R-Y. I'm going to take it from that. Probably not. Anyway, I've somehow got myself on his list. And he's got a product that he sells to real estate agents. And it's the only thing he sells. And he's got a ton of real estate agents that are buying it. What he sells are these pre-written, what he calls postcards for sale by owner. It's a for sale by owner strategy that he sells access to your agents to. And all they get for their access is they get these pre-written postcards, and they get a once-a-week training class on how to find more FSBOs, how to make the postcard work better, and things like that. And the agents are buying it up. You know why? Because that's what they need help with. They know they need to be doing a for sale by owner strategy, but they've got no clue what to say. Be the person that swoops in and teaches them that. Be the person that swoops in and teaches them that, and like I said, people are buying this product, and all they're getting is a postcard. They're getting the information that you could provide to them for a partnership. I guarantee you, you would have a bunch of agents that are so excited to work with you because you're helping them to grow their business. Those are two of the main ways that I know. If you can approach an agent and give them some insight and give them some ability to fix that part of their business, their database marketing to their past clients, and a good for sale by owner strategy, you will be a winner in their eyes. Well, guys, that is my soapbox for the day. We had I love when we have questions. We didn't have a whole ton of questions. Which is cool. It gave me an opportunity to brag on my good friend Jeff Kirkpatrick for a little bit, and the cool things that he's doing. Gave us an opportunity to kind of talk through a few things, which prompted a question or two. So I'm glad. I love the Mondays when we get to have an open discussion. But guys, come here with questions. Whatever it is that you're working on, I am glad to help you in any way, shape, or form that I can. And what's cool is when you guys ask questions, what will happen, it's the craziest thing. You'll come here without a question in your mind, but somebody else will ask a question. And when you hear that other question, that's going to prompt a question in your mind. And then from that question, that's going to prompt a question in somebody else's mind. And then it's going to prompt a response from somebody else. And that's when the mastermind juice really starts flowing, because now we're having an exchange of different ideas. It's not just me standing on a soapbox and speaking, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's how we learn. We cover specific things. And I try to bring you something that is valuable to what you're working on currently. But when we have a question and then I start going into an answer and then somebody says, hey, I tried it this way and this is the result I got, boy, now you've got the mastermind juice really flowing. And that's when the best ideas tend to come out, is when everybody's kind of thinking in that same direction. So next Monday, come prepared with a question or two. Wednesday, guys, keep your eyes on the Mortgage Mastermind private group. I will be posting the class for Wednesday. I'll get that up there. I should have a good presentation coming. I'm kind of slowing down for this week because I want to make sure that we all are focused on what we need to be doing, and that what we need to be doing, the number one thing, the only strategy that really matters, video, all those other things are technical, cool things to give us an opportunity to get to the number one strategy for every one of us. That's a face-to-face opportunity. And so that's what we're going to be working on. Have a great rest of your day today, guys. I appreciate you coming here. I appreciate y'all paying attention to the time change. I'm looking for feedback on that, so don't hesitate to reach out to me. Shoot me an email. Communicate with me however you feel best to communicate with me, but I definitely want your feedback on the class time. And I will see you guys right back here, same time, same place on Wednesday. Have a great day, everybody. Bye now.